This project was probably one of the most monumental projects that San Diego has undertaken. So we were under a microscope. I mean, every single day the helicopters were flying around, the news trucks were around, and we're proud of that, of course, but I think it elevates the importance of safety. And this job was extremely safe. They worked very hard every single day, and with our help as well, to make sure that this job remained safe and that the subcontractors knew how important it was. And of course, you're going to run into small problems, although they're very minor from the size of the project. And Al and his group, I think, were able to do a wonderful job with the subcontractors, making sure that at the end of the day, everyone felt good about the outcome. And real importantly, the safety was paramount. I think, looking back, that there's no question it's the team that really achieved greatness here. We had a great construction team, a great design team, and there was tension in the design team, but with Antoine and Joe Spear in particular, they were able to bring people together and keep people together. We had an ownership, I think, that was, a terrific ownership, in that they remained committed to the project throughout all the ups and downs. So the team as a whole was really made this thing a great success. So when you go out there and seek those people, you have to make sure that they can collaborate, make sure that they can get along, and when times get tough, that they'll continue to work together to find a solution. At the end of the day, it's easy to talk about just what an overwhelming success it is, but I don't think that would do it justice, because the reality is we started construction, we stopped construction for 14 months, started again, and then completed the ballpark on time and on budget. So it was an overwhelming success, but the difficulty, I think, would even magnify that. We had a long runway of pre-construction, and bringing Clark to the table early on, and Alan Petrasic in particular, was essential in that regard. They, in fact, developed 7 budgets for us. So we kept on pushing the envelope, and HOK tells us that we were probably more involved by a factor of 10 than any other ownership, and that was trying to tweak the design, tweak the programming, come up with something truly spectacular. And Clark was with us every step of the way and kept giving us budget information that helped us make the important decisions. So their work on the front end was essential to ultimate success at the end. The construction phase was much longer than it should have been, because we had a start and a stop and a suspension, and then a restart of the construction. It was something that it was truly remarkable, because even through that start and stop, we had this great feeling on site, what a tremendous achievement that we were being a part of. But then once we suspended and then had to restart construction, I think that was one of the real monumental achievements of the project, because we started back up again and it was seamless. And that was really due to a lot of work on Clark's side to make sure that subcontractors were still on board, they still bought into the program, they bought into the culture of the project, and ultimately that construction, that 24-month period from restart to completion was very positive. And I think everyone has walked away from the project feeling as though it was ultimately a terrific success.
Well, I work with a lot of contractors around the world, different projects from Taiwan, did a hotel for Euro Disney, Paris, and after all those years of doing that work, I kind of know what it feels like when you have the right chemistry, the right professionalism in any kind of relationship, whether it's a dentist or a wife or a builder. And when I look back at all those years, Clark totally floats to the top. Totally floats to the top. I've seen so many contractors, I've been in so many projects, and Alan Petrasic made it float to the top, makes it float to the top. Alan was a person that, in the process, that in the relationship, always was a human being, always was an upfront human being, never that polarization you get with a contractor where you know that they've got to maximize profits, you know that they're going to be looking for things, but he never, and he, of course, he'd be doing that, and he protects the client. Above all, he protects the client. But in that process of wanting to get it right, wanting it to pencil in properly, he was a human being and always inspired confidence and trust. And in architecture, you get a result. The proof is in the pudding. You get a result at the end. There it is. I mean, this is an immaculately detailed, executed ballpark. Except for a few little things I'm going to nail you on later on. It's an immaculately executed ballpark.